Welcome back to Business Equity and Opportunities. Time for Access to Capital. We're talking to Joy Harmon, the Deputy Director of the Martindale-Brightwood Community Development Corporation. The mission of the group is to be a catalyst for sustainable growth and revitalization of the Indianapolis neighborhood through housing, employment, small business development, and community education. Harmon's also one of the latest recipients of the Economic Development Professional designation from an international council. We talked to her about the impact of that honor on her and on the people who live and work in Martindale-Brightwood.
This is Business, Equity, and Opportunities. Access to Capital.
So my name is Joy Harmon. I am Deputy Director of the Martindale-Brightwood Community Development Corporation, and we're here in Martindale-Brightwood. So Martindale-Brightwood is a thriving neighborhood full of resilient neighbors. Historically, we've faced challenges, being disinvested, having a lot of industry. It was an industrial neighborhood back in the 1800s. There's been a lot of transition that has happened within the neighborhood over 100 years to date. Industries that were here, a lot of retail back in the 90s and the 80s. A lot of people don't know that the Indianapolis Zoo was actually in Martindale-Brightwood before. Currently, our mission, we envision really a thriving neighborhood, right? So that we're able to help neighbors, help residents, people who are interested in developing their skills, build their social capital. So connecting them with folks who are in industries that they're interested in, whether it's real estate development or a small business owner who is looking to get more education around maybe their financial management, their accounting, marketing, their legal for their companies. So yes, I'm very excited to share that I am now a certified entrepreneur-led economic developer, and that's through the International Economic Development Council. And so really taking everything from community development, entrepreneurship, and just building ecosystems around those environments, right, to create a thriving ecosystem. Some of the active projects that we have here at the Martindale-Brightwood CDC right now, we have actually just launched our first facade and equipment grant. And so really allowing businesses, small businesses specifically, that are in the area to apply for $20,000 grants for facade, whether it's interior or exterior improvements, as well as equipment for their businesses. And so we're in the first round of that, and that was made possible through the Indianapolis African American Quality of Life Initiative. So with this first round, we were looking for businesses that are serving Martindale-Brightwood residents currently, whether they're in the neighborhood or around in the certain surrounding areas, or folks who have gone through our programs. We offer a multi-week business development program. So in the future, again, we want to make sure that businesses feel equipped, business owners feel equipped, and so really helping them build their financial toolbox, right? Looking at how to sustain their business, looking at their marketing, ways to grow their marketing, and ways to get that legal advice if that's what they need. This is important. Of course, it's always been important, but when we think about wealth building, right, we know that there's been systems historically in place, right? And so when there are opportunities for us to help folks, of course, build the education, the skill set, the social capital, but with opportunities like the African American Quality of Life Initiative, where we're able to be innovative on how we introduce folks to wealth building opportunities through grants, really showing them also how to manage the capital that they do have, and even think about ways to crowdfund. That's something else that we're looking at. So not only are we granting folks, and we want to teach folks how to become bankable and loan ready, Those are some of the things that we'll focus more on in 2024. So the excitement and the passion comes from people who, working with people who are doing the work, right? Maybe who have just not had the opportunity before to elevate. I get excited from hearing business owners who are becoming minority certified. Something that they thought maybe was not possible, right? Was not feasible for them. Maybe they didn't understand that process. And so for them to get opportunities from becoming minority certified or from having the right equipment to officially operate their business. We want folks to know when they come to Martindale-Brightwood CDC that they're welcome, right? They matter, their business idea matters, and if we don't have the tools, we have the mindset or the social capital to connect them with someone that maybe is a good fit, that could be a mentor, or that could pour into their business in some kind of way.
If you want more information about the Martindale-Brightwood Community Development Corporation or any of our Access to Capital stories, we have links on our website, beoshow.com.